Doing today? Good. Guys, change we embrace. Change happens constantly. Sometimes not very apparent, but it's occurring all the time. Whether you make the decisive and correct decisions in the moment during the transition makes all the difference constantly. It's up to us to adapt to it. Whether that be politically, whether that be financially, whether that be spiritually. Part of evolution is human beings utilizing tools and evolving, ascending, becoming more enlightened. I've realized that the reason that there's interesting changes happening in this country is not because there's bad apples. It's because we have a fundamental lack of leadership. I've been exploring, different avenues of trying to make this podcast more successful and trying to make me, more communicative to my message. And that message is, of course, that the Democrats and Republicans are traitors. They've usurped the reins of government from the power of we the people. They've curbed our civil liberties and forsaken their oaths to defend us from threats foreign and domestic. By all accounts and metrics, they should not be leaders, and they are not leaders. We have not had leaders. Let me tell you what leaders do, guys. I've been learning this, leadership skills and principles. They develop trust. They protect who's in their group. They make decisions decisively and act decisively with empirical data. And by gathering information, make the correct assertion for a business or for a country. We don't have that going on right now. We have two parties campaigning for midterms, using talking points and divisive rhetoric and your principles and values, which they do not hold, to distract us from so many things, guys. The fact that our civil liberties are decaying, the fact that we are not living up to the birthright citizenship of our heritage and protecting the Constitution and our inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The thing is, guys, we have to make decisive decisions. And it's clear and transparent that these two parties are not interested in the welfare of our country. Their results, their goals, their metrics are for being reelected and being in power. Knowing this, guys, we have to make the tough choices, and we have to decide to embrace change. We have to decide to speak feedback frankly and clearly and honestly to people that, might not agree with us. And I'm telling all of us right now, especially progressives, that our movement has all but fallen apart. There is no progressive movement because there is no leader. There is no sovereignty of the United States of America because we have no leader. Leaders who continue to work on themselves and improve get better results, especially in the fast-paced environment of today. They must always be understanding and aware where to go to the next piece of advice or where to find the emerging leaders around them. In the mention of awareness, one has to come to terms with the fact that our progressive movement is without a leader. More and more, through the growing days, I'm starting to adapt to the inevitable truth that we must forsake the conventional political norms and on our own attempt to promote the general welfare, secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. We don't have an adequate representation in the scope of government, guys. And as a progressive, this has always been about a government that works for all of us and not the few. To accomplish this task, we are going to have to progress beyond the bounds of the conventional wisdom and the social norms. And in that spirit, I've endeavored to join Indie News Network, a collaborative family of content creators who challenge the narratives that don't bend to the will of the social norms, conventional wisdom. Great leaders provide more security to those who follow them. They're models for the display for future behaviors in the people they lead. And that is how we are supposed to promote the general welfare. What it takes to get back, make America great again, isn't a celebrity apprentice salesman guy or a dementia-riddled old man. It's leaders who are willing to say honest things to get us to the right solutions. This gun debate about whether or not we should arm the teachers and put police in schools, or whether or not we should take all the guns away, is a two-sided argument. And it's quintessential. It's a stellar example of the fact that while we're talking about guns and while we're talking about police and while we're talking about teachers and arming them, we're forgetting the fact that why in the world did this kid shoot up a school? Did he have hurt, pain, despair? Could he talk to anyone? Was he disconnected to his community? These are things that we could literally change right now, guys. We could stop being Minecraft characters. We could stop being comments on social media. We could become a people that promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty. We could be the people we used to be. Cared about our neighbors. Borrowed cups of sugar. Talked about our days. We had warmth. We built trust. We developed relationships. And we didn't demonize people that disagree with us politically. We worked together for the common good. If we can get back to that, then maybe our country, maybe our schools, maybe our communities would be more safe. Maybe with relationships would come trust. Trust might come fairness. And with fairness might come equality. We need that, guys. We don't need Democrats or Republicans. We need fairness, equality, integrity. We need bold leaders willing to lead and not campaign. This November, I want you to think about this election as an assessment on your leadership. Domination politics. To stand up in an era of errant tyranny that is unquestionably accepted throughout the masses is a daunting and courageous endeavor. However, part of American heritage is stepping up to the role of a leader that you never thought would manifest in yourself. Being an American means to rise to the occasion, stand up for the principles and values that bind us together as countrymen and supplement the work of working towards the common good, a good that's influenced by our freedom and liberty. These attributes we collectively inherited, they're a hallmark of our principles and values. And no obstacles or threats or usurpers of the reins of government like the Democrats and Republicans, none of them can overwhelm the power of the people. And leaders are not afraid to make decisions based on the input of others. They work together for the common good. They bear responsibility for the results they generate. It's time we carefully analyze our role in regards to the caretaking and preserving the welfare and values that we've inherited. We need to decisively, responsibly Through the turbulent transitions of our domestic present, be vigilant of our legacy. We must be free-thinking, innovative, and open-minded. This is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics podcast asking you to be that. We can progress. Hashtag get INN. Hashtag not me us.